Good evening, Mr. Tinagan. This is the Group 1. We will be reporting about the basic statistical concepts. So our objectives is to define the statistics, to differentiate between the qualitative and quantitative data, to define the 4 levels of measurement, nominal, ordinal, interval, and the ratio. With statistics. So, what is statistics? Statistics is a branch of mathematics that deals with collecting, organizing, analyzing, and interpreting. So, this is the fourth step when we are conducting a study. So, ito yung mga ginagawa natin para makakuha tayo ng study or para makapag-conduct tayo ng study. So, when we say data is a set of values of qualitative and quantitative variables. So qualitative and quantitative variables, this will be discussing by the next reporter. So, ano nga ba yung data? Data is set of values from our variables. So, makakuha tayo ng mga data from based sa atong variables, which is yung pinag-aaralan natin. So, ang example ng variable, ito yung mga sa gender, then sa educational attainment, sa mga grade, sa mga performance level. So, yun yung mga example ng variables. And then, after natin makakuha ng collection or after natin mapag-aralan yung pinag-aaralan natin, ma-analyze, ma-interpret, ma-organize, lahat yun. So, makakam up tayo ng conclusion. So, ano nga ba yung conclusions? Ito yung resulta. So, conclusions can be drawn to answer a problem posed at the start of the study. So, kung ano yung mga pinag-aralan mo o kung ano yung mga binigay mong mga sagot sa problema na pinag-aralan mo from simula pa lang nung umpisa. There are two areas or two branches. So these are the descriptive statistics and the inferential statistics. So descriptive is in this type of statistics, the data is summarized through the given observations, used to say something or describe a set of information collected. Describes the important characteristic of a presently known data. And the common tools are measures of tendency, measures of variability, but these tools we'll be discussing by the next group. So, let's talk about by the descriptive. So, ang descriptive, ito yung variables natin, yung mga pinag-aaralan natin, dinidescribe lang niya. After nun, wala na. So, parang dinidescribe lang niya yung mga present data o yung mga present situation. While ang inferential statistics, this type of statistic is used to interpret the meaning of descriptive statistics. So, diri mas mapahaba yung process. So, gathers data from a sample. So, after makakuha ng sample, ng information sa sample, so, nagraran tayo ng hypothesis testing. After no, nagpe-predict and nagge-generalize para sa buong population or the findings of the entire population, so sa buong population. And then, so sa inferential statistic kasi you will be predict the future outcome based on your variables o yung mga pinag-aaralan natin sa present data. And then when we talk about inferential statistics, parang siya, meron siyang dalawang variables na kino-connect to make a conclusion, prediction. Then, para makapag-generalize sa buong population, para yung buong population is isama. I have example here. So, let's know if the statement is whether a descriptive or inferential statistics. So, number 1, the principal wants to determine the preferred learning modalities of the students for school year 2023 to 2024. So, Number 1 is example of descriptive because si principal ang gusto lang niyang malaman yung mga preferred learning modalities ng mga students. So, after nun, wala na. So, meaning, i-describe lang niya yung mga gusto niyang gawin. Which is, yun nga yun, yung mga preferred learning modalities ng mga students. Number 2, the manager XYZ wants to determine the relationship of age and buying preferences of their 1,000 customers. So, dito may dalawang pinagko-connect na variables. Si relationship of age and the buying preferences of their 1,000 customers. So, this example is inferential statistics. Number 3, a campaign manager analyzes the effect of TV ads on the promotion of a presidential candidate. This example is inferential statistics. Kasi si campaign manager, nire-relate niya lang yung mga TV ads on para sa promotion ng presidential candidate if okay ba or hindi yung TV ads on sa promotion of presidential candidate. So, this is inferential statistics. Number 4, the mayor of a city ABC wants to know the number of active cases of COVID-19 in their city. So, this example is descriptive because si mayor gusto lang niyang malaman yung mga number active cases sa COVID-19 and after nun, wala na. So, wala nang ibang sinabi kung anong susunod na gagawin. So, that's it.
The clarification of variable can be summarized as follows. Variables. There are two main types of variables. That's quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative variable, these are numerical variable. They can be further classified into two types. Discrete variable, continuous variable. Discrete variable, these are countable number. Countable number means I have, for example, the number of students in a class. Continuous variable, these are measurable quantities. Measurable quantities means sukod sa gidaghanon. For example, height, weight, temperature. Qualitative variable, these are non-numerical variable. What, what is variable? Variable is a key concept in statistics and research. The represent a characteristic or attribute that can assume different values. For example, in a study of human height, the variable would be height and the value could be any height measurement.
Hello everyone, good morning. I'm from Group 1 and today I will be reporting about quantitative variables and qualitative variables. Now, what is quantitative variables? Quantitative variables is a countable or measurable relating to numbers. Countable is countable and measurable are both related to numbers, but they refer to different concepts. For example, the, num- the number of apples in a basket or the number of students in a classroom are countable quantities. Measurable, for example, the length of a table in meters, the weight of an object in kilograms, or the volume of water in liters. Countable quantities are measurable, but not all measurable quantities are countable. Now, tells us how many and how much. For example, how many students are in the class and how much. How much water is in the bottle? Gathered by measuring and counting things. gathered by measuring and counting things is an information gathered by measuring and counting things provides quantitative data. This type of data is objective and can be expressed numerically. For example, measuring the length of an object and counting the number of people in a room or recording the weight of an item. Now, let's move on to qualitative variables. What is qualitative variables? Qualitative variables is a descriptive relating to words and language. And in qualitative variables, descriptive with regard to words and language means using detailed descriptions to capture richness and nuances of the data. It involves using words and narratives to convey participants' experiences and perspectives, offering offering deeper insights into the qualitative variables being studied. For example, describing the detailed experiences and perspectives of individuals and interviews on a particular topic or phenomenon. Mm, Describes certain attributes and help us understand the why or how behind certain behaviors. For example, describing the cultural beliefs and values that influences people's decision-making process or exploring the personal experiences that shape their attitude towards certain issues. This descriptive approach helps uncover the reasons behind specific behaviors.
Discrete counting. Discrete data represent exact figures you can count, such as the numbers of students in a class. Discrete means separate. A discrete units is a separate part of something larger. A room is a discrete space within a house, just as the crankshaft is a discrete part of a car engine. If something is discrete, discrete, it has its own space. Continuous measurements. Continuous data often includes measurable values representing a range of information, such as the extent of the difference between the shortest and tallest student in a class. Definition of continuous measurement that can happen in real time or without stopping. This can be implemented via a sensing solution measuring method that happens in a real-time regime, meaning that gathered data is live and contains constant continuous time slots.
4 levels of measurements. Number 1. Nominal value categorical no applicable ordering scheme. Qualitative variable. Example. Number 1. Classification of students based on gender. Nakadepende kung sa kadaghanon ang lalaki o kung sa kadaghanon ang babae. Number 2. Zip codes. Kung unsa region number sa inyong lugar. Sama sa Cebu nga region 7. Number 2. Ordinal level may be arranged in some order but meaningless or cannot be determined. Example. Number 1. Ratings. Very satisfactory, satisfactory, not satisfactory. Ang very satisfactory kay up, ang satisfactory kay mid, ang not satisfactory kay down. Number 2. Class officers. Ang class officers kay naay president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, an auditor.
For our third level, we will be talking about interval level. May be arranged in some order and meaningful amounts of differences between can be determined. No zero starting point. So in this interval level, indicates an actual amount, meaning numerical. The order and the difference between the variables can be known. Its limitation is it has no true zero. So this is already numerical. Ganiha, ang nominal and ordinal level is categorical. Ang interval is already numerical. So, pwede na nato mahibaw-an diri ang order o ang difference nila. Ang limitasyon lamang niya is it has no true zero. So para mas masabta nato, let us have some example. Here makita nato, number 1 is temperature. For example, 10 degrees Celsius and 15 degrees Celsius. Their interval is 5 degrees Celsius. Another example is 20 degrees Celsius and 25 degrees Celsius. Their interval is also 5 degrees Celsius. So, diri ma-recognize nga mas taas ang 15 degrees Celsius kaysa sa 10 degrees Celsius. So, when we go back sa kanang meaning sa interval, makita dira nga meaningful amount of differences can be determined. So, ang meaningful amount of differences nila is 5 degrees Celsius. Masabtan ra nga ang unsa kataas ang 15 degrees Celsius kaysa 10 degrees Celsius by 5 degrees Celsius. So, for second example, sa interval level, the intelligence quotient or the IQ. For example, ang IQ is 98 and 100. Difference or the interval is 2. Another example is 100 and 102. We can say that their interval is also 2. So, what does it mean? Nakabutan there is no zero starting point. We will give another example for it para mas masabtan. So, example is 0 degrees Celsius. Does not mean na walay temperature. In fact, naay temperature nga negative, so dili 0 ang starting point. Another example is the IQ. If ang IQ is 0, it doesn't mean na walay intelligence ang katong nga tawo. Nagkataon ra nga iyang score nga nakuha is 0. So in other words, interval level does not include 0 as the absence of a certain variable. And lastly, let us proceed with our highest level, which is the ratio level. Ratio level may be arranged in some order. Meaningful differences between data can be identified and has a true zero. So in this ratio level, it has the same properties as the interval level. The order and the difference can be described. So for example, area. Area is equal to 0, meaning wala gid siya. Another example is test score. If ang test score is equal to 0, so wala gid siya score. Since 0 is a starting point, bawal magamit og negative. Unlike sa interval nga pwedeng magamit og negative kay lagi dili man 0 ang starting point. Kumbaga kung ang measure is 0 ang starting point, that is a ratio level. Kung ang variable naman ay dili 0 ang starting point, then that is an interval level. For the last example is height is equal to 0. Meaning, wala kayo na measure nga height. So, height is an example of a ratio level. Kay 0 man ang height, so wala kayo na measure, meaning ang starting point ng height ay 0. So, that is all for the 4 level of measurement. I hope nasabtan ra. And thank you for listening.